This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley Smith.
Well, good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Today is Friday, August 18th, 2023. We're finally at the last Friday of the Iowa State Fair. Last day that you will see AMPM from us at the Iowa State Fair. But we're still so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, it is Corn Day here at the Iowa State Fair, so I talked with Kelly Nieuwenhuis of Iowa Corn. We also have a check of that ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day in the ag marketplace, we're talking with Kaden Sweeney of agmarket.net. Kaden, so far, what have we seen going in the grain markets today?
Yeah, stronger grain market today going into the weekend. Corn up 7 or so, beans up over 20. So continuing to see good, strong buying. That the market this week's been a little bit back and forth, but going into the weekend on a good note. I think you could probably attribute a lot of that to continue hot and dry forecast. Throughout the rest of August into September. I think that's why you're seeing beans kind of lead the way today. But on the week now, corn's up around 6 cents since last Friday's close. Beans up closer to 50 cents. So in my opinion, that's kind of the weather story coming out.
Right, and we were thinking for a while that maybe the weather markets had kind of played out their story already, and maybe we were shifting to other things. But of course, as soon as that hot and dry weather that we're expecting to see comes back into the forecast, the markets are going to do what they do and react sharply, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I tell you what, there's kind of an inside joke, kind of in the industry that you get 3 to 5 weather markets per year. I don't know if we're even done with them yet, but like you said, going into late August, typically you'd think you're in pretty good shape, but this forecast has just been so hot and so dry that it's at least brought the attention of the market back. Again, like we talked about on the soybean side, corn in most places right now is pretty well made. This heat's not going to hurt it too much. In fact, it might actually be a good thing, kind of getting it to dry down and get in the field a little bit sooner. But for the bean side, you want a good, strong finish, plenty of moisture. And if we're not getting that, then like you said, this definitely has the market's attention and buyers are kind of creeping back into this time.
Right. And just because, people are always thinking about, the weather in the grain market's going up and, it's going to affect my crop right away. But, there is still a lot of time for that crop to finish. So it's not necessarily, just because you see the markets go up and react to that, it doesn't mean that your crop is, doomed at this point already.
Yeah, and then the other thing for producers to keep in mind, in my opinion, is that a lot of times when you get a weather market kind of start going like this, you got to keep in mind we're in a futures market. And so the market right now is trying to discount, how high it needs to be to take into account the next 2 weeks, 3-4 weeks of hot, dry weather. So what I see producers run into is they see the market get going and they think it's only going to get hotter. The market's only going to keep going. Then by the time all that heat and dryness comes, the market's kind of in the range of buy the rumor, sell the fact. We're going back down. And so it's important, I think, to remember that, like I said, this is a futures market. So you want to be, if you're late on sales, I'd be catching up on them now rather than waiting until, all that weather gets here, because a lot of times by that point it's too late.
Right. And if, it's a good example to be, always prepared for those rallies, but don't let them, kind of catch you off guard, because we had a farmer stop by our tent. He's looking at the market prices. He's like, well, I kind of need him to go higher because, he got stuck long at the end of a rally. And then all of a sudden, he's stuck with all these contracts. So it's kind of one of those things to just make sure you stay on your feet and pay attention to those markets, right?
Always stay on your feet, man. It's crazy. And even from a farmer perspective, one thing we kind of try to preach is target orders. You never know when something's going to start happening overnight with Russia, or you get a dry forecast like we've got now. You never know what orders can get filled overnight while you're sleeping, first thing in the morning, whatever it may be. So keep those orders going. Like you said, this thing can rallies come and go. I would be very, very surprised if this rally turns into anything like the one we had in June or even the one we had last month. But it's still worth having target orders out there and just hoping that they fill.
And then on the other side of the marketplace in the livestock complex, Kaden, what have we seen going on in those markets today?
Yeah, cattle all up as well. Live cattle up about 50 cents on October. Feeders up $1.38, and hogs actually up $3 today, getting through some pretty major technical resistance. Broke through the 100 day as well as the 20 and the 50, making a good strong move there. So we love seeing that. We kind of dipped lower earlier in the week, and getting back above those moving averages is certainly a good thing. I think it'll be good to kind of get the funds on board with that as well. Getting through those moving averages is pretty important to them, so we can get some more buyers hopefully into this thing.
And of course, we saw that cattle on feed report. How's that been weighing into the marketplace?
Yeah, cattle on feed report expected to be fairly friendly. I actually haven't seen the numbers yet. I've been kind of busy here at the close, so that's my fault. But yeah, expected to be somewhat friendly here. And really, I think like we keep talking about this cattle complex, the supply's low. Everybody knows that. The question is somewhat demand, but supply continues to be tight like it is. Then this cattle market's going to continue to have a decent floor under it.
All right, Kaden, lots of great information today. For those of our listeners who would like to get in touch and learn more from the folks at agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Yeah, man, just go to our website, agmarket.net. You can reach myself or anyone from our team from there and kind of try out what we do for clients and get a marketing plan started if that's what you're interested in.
Great talking with you as always, Kaden, and we look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Have a good time.
Thanks again to Kaden Sweeney of agmarket.net for joining us today. We'll go ahead and take a look at how those numbers closed. That's courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. At the close, September corn is up 6.5 at 479.5. December new crop up 7 1/4 at 493 even. September soybeans up 26 even at 1362 3/4. November new crop up 23 1/4 at 1353 1/4. September soybean meal up 430 at 403.90. Soybean oil up 53 cents at 68.29. Chicago wheat up 23 3/4 at 613 1/4. Minneapolis spring wheat up 15 even at 802 3/4. Kansas City hard red wheat up 20 1/2 at 753 1/2. September oats up 3/4 at 438 1/2. On the Merc, August live cattle up 47 at 178.52. August feeders up 130 at 245.57. October lean hogs up 297 at 82.12. August pork cutout down 28 at 110.72, and Class 3 milk went unchanged at 17.27. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, I talk with Kelly Nieuwenhuis of the Iowa Corn Growers Association. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Well, today is Corn Day at the Iowa State Fair, and that means we are celebrating all things corn in the corn industry and across food products, even some products you wouldn't even expect to have corn in them. I had the chance to catch up with Kelly Nieuwenhuis of the Iowa Corn Growers Association. He is their chair of promotion, but also a newly elected member of the board of directors at the National Corn Growers Association. We talked with Kelly about the various things corn, the trailer they have on display here where people can learn about over 4,000 different products that corn is used to make, as well as a new vehicle they have on site. It is an E85 electric hybrid, and it is a great showcase of the complete, all of the above energy strategy that we have in the ag industry. All right, it is Corn Day at the Iowa State Fair. We're talking with Kelly Nieuwenhuis. He is, first off, the chair of Iowa Corn Promotion, but also recently elected to the NCGA Board of Directors. Kelly, great to talk with you today, and just tell us a little bit about this Corn Day celebration at the Iowa State Fair.
Oh, hey, thanks, Riley. Yeah, we're having our Iowa Corn Day at the fair today. We've got a lot of members, over 2,000 members walking around with our blue Iowa Corn shirts on today. We've got the Iowa Corn trailer here, and it kind of displays some of the 4,000 products that corn is used in on a daily basis, so our consumers can see what corn's all about. We have our biofuels industry represented here with RFA. They have a E-Flex fuel hybrid vehicle here that they're doing trials with and showing the data that that is the cleanest emission vehicle today.
Right, and especially having that trailer here for everybody to look at. Of course, people are like, oh, we eat corn, but obviously in fuel as well. And I mean, like you said, 4,000 products. Corn is in just about anything you can imagine.
It is just about in everything you can imagine, and there's in the ceiling in the trailer, it shows a lot of the different products that corn is in. And one of them that a lot of people are surprised about is its diapers. There's cornstarch used in there because it's more absorbent, and that's one thing that a lot of people never thought of.
Right, and then like you mentioned, having this many people walking around in their Iowa corn shirts today, obviously Iowa State Fair, we're getting 70, 80, 100,000 people here every day. It's a really great opportunity to be seen.
Yeah, it's a great way to display Iowa corn and what we do between the Growers Association and their lobbying and legislation work, and then the promotion board and the checkoff dollars, and where those dollars are being spent for research, market development, and promotion, and all the above. So it's a great way to display what the Iowa Corn Growers does.
And of course, right next to us, we have this hybrid fuel car, E85 electric power as well. Tell us a little bit about just what we have on display here with it, what it shows off about the biofuel industry.
Yeah, what the RFA did was they bought this 2022 Ford Escape. They put on an E-Flex fuel conversion kit to make it an E85 vehicle, and it's a hybrid. So the E85 is charging the battery on the go, and this is one of the opportunities for Iowa Corn Checkoff. We're one of the supporters of this, along with several other Midwest corn states, and it's got 19,500 miles on it now in the last 5 months, and it's just showing how efficient it can be and how clean an E85 flex fuel vehicle hybrid can be.
And it's just the epitome of the all of the above fuel strategy that we've had a lot of legislators wanting to pick up on as well, because we see a lot in the current administration, whether it's we have to pick one or the other. It has to be all electric, it has to be all oil. But we know, and this car really proves it can be all of that working together to create the cleanest energy possible.
Yeah, we feel it can be all of the above, and we want to be a big part of that with the biofuels industry, not only with ethanol, but the renewable diesel and biodiesel. And, with all those great products that are renewable and very low carbon emissions already, and we're going to continue to improve on that carbon intensity scores of the biofuels industry. It's actually cleaner than electrification, the biofuels industry.
Now, Kelly, let's talk a little bit about you as well with that recent, position to the NCGA Board of Directors. What's that opportunity like to be at that high of a level?
Well, it's just the next step. I'm chairman of the Iowa Corn Promotion Board, kind of ending my time as leadership at Iowa Corn. Just got elected to the National Corn Growers July 20th. And in the National Corn Growers, we work a lot on a lot of the same process or products or promotions. There's probably more legislation done through NCGA overall, but one of the big things we're doing, and I've been the chairman of the National Corn Growers Ethanol Committee for the last year, been on that committee for 6 years, but we just introduced a bill called the Next Generations Fuels Act, and that bill, it's got bipartisan support. What it does is it does a year-round fix for E15. It entices the auto industry to design engines to run on a RON 98, E25, E30 certified fuel, and then it also pushes for flex fuel vehicles to be back in the auto industry's manufacturing.
Right, lots of great information today, Kelly. Is there anything else about Corn Day at the Iowa State Fair and just kind of the next year ahead with Iowa Corn, National Corn that our listeners and viewers should know about today?
Well, we do a great job of promoting, and the Iowa Corn Checkoff, we always work for the best bang for the buck. We work side by side with the U.S. Grains Council, the U.S. Meat Export Federation, the biofuels industry, all the Growth Energy, RFA, and ACE. And so we got a great partnership there, but as a 1.5% of the U.S. population, we need a strong voice, and the best way to have a strong voice is with membership and numbers. So the more members we can have to our commodity organizations, the stronger agriculture can be.
Appreciate the time, Kelly. Enjoy Corn Day here at the Iowa State Fair, and good luck with your new position at the National Corn Growers.
Thank you very much, Riley.
That again was Kelly Nieuwenhuis of the Iowa Corn Growers Association. As for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at that ag weather outlook. Well, the weather is still beautiful today, but you can tell it is definitely getting warmer. And as you look into the weather for the weekend, All I can say is I hope you've done most of your fair going by now, because it is going to be a scorcher with temperatures ranging really close to the 100-degree mark for most of the weekend and into next week. So let's see what the National Weather Service has in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, the hot weather is returning to this part of the state. Today we have sunny skies as temperatures start to get warmer, those highs ranging within the low 80s. Tonight will be mostly clear and pleasant, with those overnight lows ranging from the low to upper 60s. And tomorrow will be hot and sunny. Much of the southern third of the state will be in an excessive heat watch, those highs ranging from the low to mid 90s. And taking a look at the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee will be sunny and hot with a high of 96. Shenandoah sunny and 96 as well. Des Moines sunny and 96 once again. Waterloo sunny and breezy with a high of 96. Albia sunny and 93. And Clinton will also be sunny with a high of about 90. For more detailed forecasts in your part of the state, make sure to check in with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. That's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook, and that also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. You can find our video content as well as previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when those videos go live. Don't forget as well our free Twice Daily Market podcast on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network tent here on the Iowa State Fairgrounds, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. Next time you see us, we will be back in the office. This is Ag Matters PM.